Send the lad with me, and rise and let us rise and go, that we may live and not die, neither we nor you, nor our little ones. Here it is. I will be his pledge. Just for a moment, think about that's Judah. I will be his pledge. Remember in chapter 38 with Judah and Tamar? What does she want? She wants a pledge, does she not? And he gives those to her. And now look at how it's switched in the Judah story, where he's not offering a pledge. Now what is he saying? I will be that pledge. I will stand in for him. I will represent him. I will be his pledge. From my hand you may seek him. If I do not bring him to you and set him before you, I will bear the blame to you for all time. For had we not tarried, by now we could have come back twice. And Israel, their father, said to them, if it must be so, do this. Take of the best yield of the land in your baggage and bring down to the man as tribute some balm and some honey, gum and laden, pistachio nuts and almonds. And double the silver take in your hand, and the silver that was put in the mouths of your bags bring back in your hand. Perhaps it was a mistake. And your brother take, and rise and go back to the man. And may El Shaddai grant you mercy before the man, that he discharge to you your other brother and Benjamin. As for me, if I must be bereaved, I will be bereaved. All right, so he acquiesces here. I love that line. If I must be bereaved, then I will be bereaved. And here's one of the fun things about biblical narrative, and sometimes you just have to read it closely. Some of these lines should surprise you. Here's one that should jump out at you. When they're arguing over this, Judah says, for had we not tarried, by now we could have come back twice. You're stuck with something here. Is Judah just simply being hyperbolic? Had we not tarried, they're having a conversation about whether or not Benjamin's going with him, how they're going to do this. Is he being hyperbolic? Like if we weren't just sitting here talking, golly, we could have been back by now twice over. That's one way of reading it. Or, I really like this. Or, is this conversation that we're seeing that's concentrated here in the narrative, are we supposed to understand this as the brothers, it's taking them days to convince their father this is what we need to do, and he's simply being stubborn. So it's not this one-time event. This is the hardest thing sometimes about biblical narrative. We're reading, and what is it? Was it taking us 3 minutes to read this? It's not a very long conversation. So you just sit there and go, wow, he really changed his mind in 3 minutes. But that little line there, pay attention to those things. Take them seriously. We could have been back twice, which then means Israel's really holding out on this. Like he does not want to give up Benjamin.